It's time once again to get on the hot seat with Wally George. This is it, the most talked about talk show on television and the most imitated. Join Wally as he grills those liberal loonies and tells you the way it really is. And now, here he is, that hard-hitting award-winning voice of conservatism, patriotism, and controversy, the one and only Wally George.
Okay. That's the first time I ever did that on television. You leave it in. I was so overwhelmed by this audience, I fell off my chair. See, that's what happens on live television, right, folks? Welcome all across America. If you're watching us on Channel America Television Satellite Network, welcome. New York, San Francisco, Dallas, Texas, wherever you are, Chicago, welcome, because this is the one program that's making sure the U.S. of A. remains number one. I am the one talk show host on the air now across the country because of Channel America Network. I'm the one talk show host on commercial television who is standing up for this country, for God and country. I'm standing up for what Ronald Reagan stood for 8 years. Okay. All right. Now, on today's program, on tonight's program, we have two ludicrous... Hold down the audience there. We have two ludicrous people on the hot seat tonight. First of all, we have David Gadberry, who is here, and he's in favor of the legalization of prostitution in America. And wait till I tell you more about David. You won't believe what you're going to hear about David. Well, I'll give you a little hint. He's the author of a new book called How to Seduce a Straight Man. Okay. And then we have on the show one of our semi-regular idiots. Mike Hubble is on the show. Now, he's debating me on date rape, and I'm sure a lot of girls in the audience tonight, females, and at home, wherever you are across America, are going to be outraged with Mike Hubble because he says that a girl, no matter what the condition is, when she's on a date, she can never, ever charge that her date raped her. Oh, come on. He says, if a girl goes on a date and she goes back to the guy's apartment, she better be ready to get into bed. Hey, get rid of the glasses. Hey, pal, the glasses have got to go or you're going to go. Either the glasses or you. Okay. How many times do I have to tell you? Okay. All right. Now, hold it, guys. Now, before we do my commentary tonight, it's time to introduce the Wally crew. In the booth, my famous director, the amazing Jeff Bingham, everybody. Let's have a hand for Jeff. My producer. Hey, let's have a big cheer for my producer, my beautiful wife, Janice George. Hey, Janice. All right. Okay. Okay. Did I? Okay. I saw something. Okay, we'll take care of that. We have the... Hey, Kurt, come around here so we can get a picture of you. On the Wally cam, we have Kurt Franz. Let's hear it for Kurt. There he is. Okay. Hey, David Letterman, eat your heart out. Okay. All right, now we're gonna introduce my first victim on the hot seat. He is here to debate me on the legalization of prostitution, and he's in favor of it for male and female. Oh. Here he is, this lunatic, David Gadberry. Well, David, how's your guess? Hold it down. Hold it down. Hold it down. All right, now David has been on my show here in Southern California before, but for those of you across America who may not know some of David Gadberry's credits, let me tell you, David is this correct, David? You are the creator of America's first gay soap opera. And guess what it's called? Secret Passions. Oh. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And tell me, hold it. Hey, watch it. No words like that. I don't want any more of that. Tell me, how is your soap opera doing, David?
It's doing very well. It'll be premiering on network television pretty soon, and I think I got a nice audience of viewership right here.
Hey, would any of you want to watch Secret Passions?
No, but they want to do it.
Now, David also has a new book coming out, and it's an autobiography, he says, and the name of his autobiography is How to Seduce a Straight Man. Oh! Is that right?
That's right. And I got some nice targets tonight. Boy, I got some nice targets.
Oh. Let me tell you, David, how to seduce a straight man. Let me tell you, David, you would never, ever seduce me. Right?
Wally! Whoa! Wally, don't count on it. You did fall out of your seat after what I told you backstage.
Oh!
That's the first sign right there. You fell out of that chair.
I'd sooner go out with Roseanne Barr. Now, let's get down to your whole topic of conversation here. How can you possibly, in your wildest imagination, be in favor of the legalization of this filthy, rotten prostitution, right? Now, why do you favor the legalization of prostitution? Now, yes.
Because this country is in a financial bind, and look at the tax and the money we're going to make off of it.
Yeah.
That's right.
And look,
the government will wipe out the deficit 1 year.
Yeah, and look how many cases of AIDS we'll pick up, right?
Oh, no. Wally, the government...
Hold it.
Shut up, guys, except for the guy in the third row.
Oh.
Okay. Look at
Never
this
mind.
way. Look at this way.
Hold it up. Okay. Yes, go ahead. Quiet down.
Look at this way. If the government regulates it, they're going to have to be tested periodically, often, I would hope.
Quiet in the audience.
This will make damn sure they're being tested. You know, prostitution's been here since the beginning of the time, and it's going to be here at the end of time.
Let me answer that, David. Sure, okay, they can have testing,
right.
but they can't test every single day.
They can't test them all right now, so they're going to get more with it being...
No, when they have houses of prostitution, then the government is controlled.
That's right.
They send a doctor in. They may examine a prostitute and the very next day she or he gets the AIDS virus and passes it on, it's never going to work, is it?
Prostitution's there right now. It's going to always be there, so let's make some money off of it. And you know what? You guys are pretty stupid, because if they legalize prostitution, they're going to lower the price. There, you're saving money.
Oh,
Wally, you're just tight. You don't want to spend that extra money in taxes for the one you're paying for.
Let me have news for you. The people in my audience never have to resort to prostitution, right?
I find that hard to believe, because no girl that's half intelligent would take any of these guys, except for you over there. Any of these guys.
Hey, will you... Okay, hold on. Let me ask you, David, would you ever attend a house of prostitution? Would you ever be a customer?
If Johnny Depp was there, yeah.
Johnny Depp? All right.
Or the guy in the third row.
Would you ever, hold it down, the audience. Would you ever be, guys, I told you, but you got to hold it down when I ask you to. Would you ever work as a male prostitute?
For Matt Dillon.
You would do that?
For Matt Dillon, yeah.
You would sell your puny body?
For Matt Dillon? Yeah. And I'd make 3 times as much as you would.
Hey, maybe if he was lucky, he might get 26 cents.
At least I enjoyed myself.
Oh, boy. Hey,
at least my tools work. What about yours?
Oh, gee. Hey, you know what? If he became a prostitute, he'd probably have to pay his customers.
Look, they're already lining up.
Now, don't you understand that prostitution is a horrifying, deadly sin? It is a sinful... it's an immoral... Wait,
it's a person's body. If they want to do what they want with it, let them do what they want with it.
No, this is a moral, decent country, and you don't... Yes, it is. Isn't it? See,
there's prostitution going on in the government.
See, the reason he laughs, he doesn't even know what morality means.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm saying is, this is a moral, decent country, and I'm telling you this, if we legalize prostitution, we're saying it's okay. And I'm saying that the American people do not believe that the human body should be a commodity that can be sold like a piece of meat at the local newsstand, right?
These prostitutes are making a lot of money, so that tells me you don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, what do you mean? So prostitutes are making a lot of money?
Only off of you.
Oh, hey, so are muggers, so are child pornographers. That doesn't make it right. I say just because you can make money does not make it right, and I say we never should legalize it right here in America.
Prostitution shut down Stanton Police Department. It's not going away, so why don't we reap off the profit of it?
No, no.
Hey, girls are going out, they get kicked out or whatever. They become prostitutes at 16, 17. If you regulate it, tax it, they have to legally be 18. That's blocking it from these little kids that are going to become prostitutes.
Hey, I'm telling you this. That isn't what sex is all about. Sex is supposed to be an act of love between two people who love each other in marriage. And I'm telling you...
You never had sex outside of marriage?
I'm telling you this, David. Sex was never supposed to be put on the auction block. What do you think? What would you do? All right, what would you do now? Would you have, in every major city, would you have certain red light areas where there'd be houses of prostitution where people could
go? Yeah. Well, look at it this way. You got prostitution on Catella Avenue, Garden Grove Boulevard. That's just off the top of my head. Okay, if you get... put it into one district. Okay, it's all out of the way to one area.
A red light area.
A red light district, whatever.
So you'd have
a house of
prostitution.
Whatever.
So you'd have
Wally's house, whatever.
No, wait a minute.
Now you got it off the street. You got it off the street. You don't have to drive down the street and see it. It's all in the house.
Hold on. Now, all right. So now what you're saying is you would have houses of prostitution. Would you have female houses of prostitution and male houses of prostitution?
Oh, definitely male, but, female too.
Hey, What do you bet? What do you bet the houses of the male prostitutes would be painted shocking pink?
Purple's my favorite color.
Okay, now, what would you? Why do you think that this is the decent thing to do when everybody who has any kind of decency knows that this is a dirty, rotten, filthy business?
If that is true, then it wouldn't be surviving today.
It's barely is.
Oh, Wally, I know somebody that makes $5,000 a week.
It's probably his brother.
I don't have a brother.
I'm telling you this. In this country, where we revere all things that are good and decent, I say prostitution will never be legalized. I'll be right back. If you're in the market for buying new cars. Thank you very much, and welcome back to Hot Seat. This is the one program with guts. And remember, tell your friends we're on this channel that you're watching every week at this time on Channel America, wherever you are across this great country. We are proud to be a part of Channel America, and call your local affiliate station, the one you're watching right now. Call them and tell them that you love Hot Seat. Write letters, and maybe we'll be coming to your city to do Hot Seat from your individual city. How about it? Okay. Now we're talking to David Gadberry, who is promoting the legalization of prostitution in America. Now let me tell you. Hold it, guys. Let me tell you, David. Do you know that prostitution is actually a form of slavery? There are many...
Whoa, where do you get that?
I'll tell you.
People want to do it.
I'll tell you.
Where they want to do it.
I'll tell you. Listen to me, and I'll give you a little intelligence.
Oh, I find that hard to believe.
Okay.
Well,
let me tell you why.
Okay, go ahead.
Why
Can I talk back?
Yes,
okay,
maybe, if you're lucky. Okay.
Or do I have to pay for it?
Hold on. He probably pays for everything. What do you bet? Okay. Now listen. Prostitution is a form of slavery. It is a known fact that many young girls, especially here in Los Angeles, they come into Southern California trying to be movie stars. They get sucked in by pimps and so forth.
Come in and regulate it.
But don't you think the underworld is going to take over anyway? Aren't they?
The government is the underworld.
No, don't say
Wally.
that. What I'm saying is prostitutes often are owned by they could very well be owned by their houses of prostitution.
That's because they let them. That's their choice. If
Don't you know how impressionable young girls or even young boys may be?
Hey, that's
Get
not
off my desk.
problem.
Don't touch my desk. Get off my desk. Don't touch my desk. There are many prostitutes who are afraid to leave their jobs because they're afraid of their lives. Isn't that right?
Have the government regulate it. What you're going back to, back when alcohol was illegal. They said legalize it, it's going to be the end of the world. Now look what's going on. Was it the end of the world? Hell no.
All right.
Legalize prostitution.
Will you then at least regulate these houses of prostitution?
I just said that. You're not listening to me.
You hear what I'm saying? There are all forms of prostitution. There is bondage, for example.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with bondage? I mean, you don't mind...
You must have one hell of a boring sex life, Wally.
Oh, no. I am married and I have a normal sex life.
Go ahead.
He doesn't even know how to spell normal, right? No, but I mean... No,
Go ahead.
Don't you think I see that in? That's going to be bleeped out. Okay. Now, what I'm saying is, would you allow any kind of prostitute, the kind of thing that I said, bondage, where you are tied up with
If that's
ropes
what the guy's
and chains?
paying for, let him have it.
So they say, well, what about the kind of thing where they have sadism, where some people are whipped?
If that's what he wants to pay for, let him have
Do you
it.
think that should be allowed? You are really sick. If you think that this country is going to allow houses of prostitution where they can have bondage and sadism and people tied up in ropes and chains and whipped, then this kind of stuff is never going to happen.
It's happening right now. You don't realize it. It's happening right now. It's happening all across
But
America.
it's not legal. Don't you understand that, you idiot?
It's legal in Nevada.
It's not legal in this country, and it shouldn't be in Nevada, because once you legalize it, then you're telling the people in America that it's okay. And I say prostitution is immoral and it's not okay, right?
No.
Now, let's go to the audience and bring some guests up. Yes. Can I have our first person? Yes, okay. Can I have your name and your question, please?
Hi, my name's Heather.
Hi, Heather.
And, what was it, Mr. Dingleberry? What was it?
Gadberry.
Excuse me, what was it?
Gadberry.
Oh, anyways, I don't understand where you're coming from because I think it's ridiculously outrageous. No, because what are you going to do? Let little kids come and say, oh, it's all right, there's no problem with it. From you saying that, they're going to think that there's nothing wrong with it, so they can go into it.
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
It's the parents' responsibility to
Hold
raise
on. No, hold on. I
these
can't hear
kids.
your
It's the
feminine
parents'
voice over everyone.
responsibility.
Let her
Hold on,
answer you.
hold
Let her
on.
answer you.
I can't hear your feminine voice over everyone. What did you say?
She said,
I said that
What'd
you
you say?
cannot, that is the parents' responsibility to raise their kids not to prostitute. Okay? It's not my responsibility. It's not the government's responsibility.
Well, obviously, then why do you butt out and just let the government control it then? So
That's what I just said. Let the government control it.
But you're sitting here trying
You're
to say...
agreeing with me. Thank you very much.
No,
We're out of
obviously-
here.
no, wait a minute.
It's agreeing with me.
Okay, thank you very much. You got anything more to say? All right, let's...
No, I have nothing to say to you because you're just ridiculously...
And with that answer, I know where you came from.
Okay, next. Okay, come on, next, please. Okay, can I have your name and your question, please? Go
My
ahead.
name's Paul. I want to know something.
Sure.
If you're so much for prostitution, why aren't you out there right now instead of on this show with some guy right now?
Because I don't want to be a prostitute. I'm saying that the people have the right to prostitute if they want, and since prostitution is here, has been all along, regulate it, get taxes off of it. I disagree with prostitution. But
Then what's your point?
But since it's there, legalize it and tax it and control it.
What? It's not.
Control
what
it
good
because
is
it's
it?
not going to go away.
It's just a waste of time.
Well, listen,
What's a waste of time?
Everything
They're
you
out there
talk
making
about.
money.
that's a ridiculous.
They're there.
Oh, that's a ridiculous thing to say. It's not going to go away. It's always happening. You could say that about rape. You could say that about child molestation. It's happening anyway, so you might as well legalize it.
You
I
get
say
a lot
that.
of difference there.
No, there's not a lot of difference. I say just because something is happening all the
Hey,
time.
they're over 18. They want to go out on the street and prostitute. Let them. Let's control it. Let's control the disease. Let's control the traffic on the street. Tax it. You're fine.
Better than that. Let's control you. You're out of here.
Racing from Hollywood Park with Trevor Denman shows you all the day's races only on 56 KDOC.
Okay, I want to remind you people here in the Southern California area only, we're on the air Monday through Friday at 12 midnight with hot seat highlights here in Southern California only, Monday through Friday. I do a commentary every night, giving you my comments on the issues of the day right off the top of my head. I never know what I'm going to say. And then on, of course, every Saturday night, like tonight, from 11 until 12, it is the original hot seat show from coast to coast. Okay. And if you want to write to me, here is my address, Wally George, P.O. Box 787, Hollywood, California, 90078. I want to hear from you, wherever you are around this nation, around the world, wherever you may be watching us, let me hear from you. I'd be happy to send you a free autograph picture, and I'd love to get your comments and your suggestions on what I have to say on this program. I want to hear what you have to say. P.O. Box 787, Hollywood, 90078. Now, as we do every Saturday night, we have Wally's Golden Oldies. And that means we look back into the library and pick out some outrageous moments from the past 11 years of my hot seat show. And we relive some of those amazing moments on Saturday on the Golden Oldie. So if you're all set, I think we got some stuff all picked out for you now. Get ready, folks. Settle back. Here comes Wally's Golden Oldie right here. Our next guest, all right, is a lot better looking than our last guest, and a very famous guest. Go ahead, David.
It's my pleasure to announce the internationally famous but lifetime teenage sex symbol, Mamie Van Doren.
Mamie, will you stop that kind of nonsense?
No.
Mamie, you have been known as a teenage sex symbol in movies for years and years.
And years.
Mamie, you'll love me for saying this. I can remember seeing you when I was just a tiny child.
Nail him on that one.
Now, Mamie, when you began in the movie a few years ago, Mamie Van Doren was starring in teenage, wild teenage sexy films, right?
Untamed Youth, Running Wild, High School Confidential, College Confidential. I did about 15 of those movies.
15 of these wild movies like Untamed Youth. And now, Mamie, you're still appearing in wild teenage movies. What do you think about that?
Yes, I just finished a movie called Suddenly Last Semester, and I play an oversexed nurse in this.
Oh. Go back, Wally George here with Hot Seat! We're glad to be with you every week at this time all across America on Channel America. Now, before we get to our next nitwit, right? Let me invite you, wherever you are across America, I want you to write to me. We'll put the address on the screen. Wally George, P.O. Box 787, Hollywood, California, 90078. I do want to hear from you wherever you are, and we will put you on our mailing list. And I'll send you out a free autograph picture and keep you informed of where we're going to be. Maybe we'll come into your city. So let me hear from you. You write to me at this address, wherever you are across America, and tell me what you think about our program, okay? We want to hear from you. And by the way, if any of you would like to appear on my Hot Seat show and take me on and debate me on some particular issue, you let me know, include your telephone number, and maybe we'll fly you out here so you can appear on the show as a guest on Hot Seat. Wally George, P.O. Box 787, Hollywood, California, 90078. Whoever is making that sound out there is going to be gone in 5 seconds. Now knock it off in the audience. Whoever's being an idiot, stop it right now. Guards, watch who's doing it, and kick him out of here, whoever it is. I want no jerks in this audience. Is that right? If you want to make a jackass out of yourself, leave this studio. We don't want jackasses in my audience. Now keep an eye on these idiots who there's one idiot who's trying to spoil it for the entire crowd, and just watch it. Okay. All right. Now. Okay. Now, if you want to come down here, keep an eye peeled, pal, will you? Okay. If you want to come down here for a taping of my show, no matter where you are, If you're going to be visiting in Southern California, here are the numbers on your screen. You can call any day during business hours, and the tickets are free, and we'll arrange for you to come down for a